Hello fellas, welcome back to a new video. Yesterday on the 25th of February 2023, Silverstone Auctions sold a black Sierra RS500 for an absolute record breaking price of £596,000 plus change, £250 or something. That is by far the most one has ever sold for. I've been tagged multiple times in Facebook. Probably because I've got a YouTube channel and I do a lot with Cosworths. So I thought, let's come down and see Mr. RS500, Paul from Paul Linford Racing. Paul is the man for anything RS500. Bit of an obsession with him, mate.
You could just say that, yeah, a bit of a life obsession.
Paul specialises in road cars like this one. He's got race cars like this genuine Tim Harvey Labatt's RS500. Specialise in restorations, parts, anything like that, mate?
Everything to do with them, mate, yeah.
So like I say, Silverstone Auctions sold an RS500 yesterday for £596,000. I just thought we'd do a video to talk about it. I'll be honest, I was not aware of the car till after the auction when I started getting tagged in it. What do you think of the price, mate? Because it is just outstanding, isn't it? Outstanding price for them.
It is incredible price, but on the flip side of that, I've been here before. I've seen it all before.
Record breaking prices.
Seen it before. As I was talking to you earlier, Adam, when these cars were averaging 50, 60 grand, I said that RS500s would sell for 100 grand. And I got absolutely slated on the internet.
Did you?
Absolutely hounded by everybody. You're an idiot, you're a fool, you don't know what you're talking about. They'll never sell for that money, never in a million years. And now, nobody bats an eyelid at 100 grand for a 500.
Cheap. It's cheap for 100 grand, isn't
it? Yeah, not cheap. You can still get, a perfect example. This car stood in front of us now.
Which is pretty much identical looking to what's just sold.
Exactly. Obviously not in the same condition, not the same mileage, but a 500 for 85,000 quid.
This is for sale now for 85,000?
Well, it was.
Right.
It was. Now, I've currently got two for sale on the books for customers. This car and a car that I used to own, which is in fact the last RS500 road car that I've ever owned. And I said I'd never sell it. Not for the monetary value, I just loved the car. It was in outstanding condition for its miles. And I always said I'd never sell it. But I got, like everybody has, an offer I couldn't refuse. Mm-hmm. So I sold it. Mm-hmm. The guy is going down a different direction now and he's looking at, well, he's actually investing money into race cars. So he said to me, would you sell it for me? I said, yeah, no problem. So I only put it on the market a few days ago. Within half an hour of that car selling at Silverstone Auction, he was on the phone, take my car off the market.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's no way I'm going to let my car go for 135,000 quid when that's just sold for that money. So
that one that's just sold could have, well, it is in fact bumping the price of others up, isn't it?
It will. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not all 500s now with that kind of mileage on are worth $500,000 plus fees. But it has to raise the bar. Mm-hmm. It does. It's as simple as that. When we're going back to the first £100,000 car, everybody criticised me, everybody slagged me off. The first time one sold for 100,000, it was massive news like this one is. Mm-hmm. It was all over internet, it was on magazines, it was everywhere. People shut up then, don't they? Mm-hmm. All them people that slagged me off and said I didn't know what, they suddenly disappear into the background, you never see them again. Same happened again, 150,000. There was one sold at Silverstone Auctions a few years ago, 144,750. Everybody was like, this is mental, this is crazy. How cheap does that car look now? Mm-hmm. Looks an absolute bargain. So I don't mind going on camera now and saying, I believe a 500 will sell for £1 million.
When that sold, I thought in 2 years, minimum, we're going to see one sell for $1 million.
We are.
Definitely.
And whether people like it or not, there's all the haters out there. I've seen it over the last 12 hours on the internet, on posts I've put on, posts other people put on, what we call the haters. Unfortunately, there's as many jealous people in this world as there is people who love the cars. And it's wrong to slate people who can afford to pay these prices. You know, I've seen it all. The guy's got more money than sense. Well, flip that on its head. How can a guy who's obviously got enough money that he can justify spending £600,000 on a Sierra, how can you say he's got no sense?
Exactly.
I would have said that guy's got considerably more sense than most people in this country because he has obviously made enough money to buy that car.
Tell you what was interesting as well, so many rumours, people say money laundering and there's just so many rumours start to just go around it. But I will say, Silverstone Auctions seem to do a fabulous job of selling cars.
Of course they do.
They sold Princess Diana's, which was a one-off unique car, a black Series 1 RS Turbo. I think there's only 3 black ones, is that right?
Two or three, that's all there ever was. And we believe one of them was destroyed.
So there's maybe 2 left.
There's 2 left, yeah.
They also sold a Sapphire Cosworth yesterday. That went for 96 or 97,000 for Sapphire Cosworth.
But suddenly, all of a sudden, that's hardly mentioned.
Well,
it's got lost, hasn't it? I mean, you imagine if that 500 hadn't have sold, everybody, world's gone mad. The bloke who bought that Sapphire's got more money than sense. All the same rubbish, but that sort of got pushed to a side because of the 500. But I don't know. You've got to, as you get older, because I'm an old fart now, you learn to just sit back and just think, do you know what? Let him get on with it. But it just does. You just think, what's wrong with people?
For me, it's just interesting to sit and watch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really get involved in the conversation, apart from these videos, but I don't really get involved with it too much. I just find it interesting to sit and watch and see where they're going. Yeah. But as someone who owns a Cosworth, like a 3-door with all the 500 bits on, it scares me a bit because, I mean, you disagreed with me just a minute ago, but I'm almost, like, I'm not a rich man.
No.
And I'm kind of scared. It puts me off using my car. It puts us off parking at places. Like, you can't just pop the Tesco's in it now and leave it parked in the car park.
But at the same time, why can't you?
I know you said it's insured.
You know, when the cars were worth, I mean, I remember these days when you could buy one of these for 15 grand.
I remember when I bought mine 15 years ago, looking at the 500s, thinking, oh, I haven't got the money. They were about 13, 14 grand and that. I was like, oh, I haven't got the money for a 500. So, but when I bought my Cosworth, I paid 5.5 grand for my 3-door Cosworth, and I never expected that car to go up in value.
No, let's be honest, nobody did.
No, I bought that thinking, if I sell this in 2 years and I don't lose a penny, I'll have done all right.
But how many people, you know, we say that now about, I wouldn't go to Asda and park it in car park, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that. How many did you see in Asda car park when they were worth 15 grand?
Well, they were a rare car though, so you didn't really see them, but...
Exactly, but my point is, I understand people are saying, you know, you can't use them anymore because of the passion for the car. But if it was worth 10 grand, you insured it for 10 grand. If it's worth $500,000, you've insured it for $500,000. So if you did go and park it in Asda car park and you come out and it had gone, what's the difference? Whether it's worth 10 and you get 10 off the insurance, or whether it's worth $500,000 and you get $500,000, you can then go out and buy another one. I get, you know, nobody does use them and that. There's always 2 sides, but I don't know. I've grown up with these cars over 35 years. I've seen the prices up and up and up and up and up and up. That car is exactly the same car, whether it's worth 10 grand or it's worth 110 grand. If you want to drive it, you can drive it.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I've seen a lot of on the internet, the prices of these cars have taken them away from the genuine enthusiast. Well, if that isn't the biggest load I've ever read on the internet in the world, because surely the guy who's just paid £600,000 for one of them
has a passion for them.
Well, he has to be the most enthusiastic person in the world, doesn't he? Because and it's irrelevant how much money he's got. He has parted with over £500,000.
If he's hard earned.
You find me another person in that room yesterday with more enthusiasm than him.
There was one close behind him.
Exactly. Well, there was actually 2. There was 3 bidders, got very high, and then obviously one backed out when it got over 400,000, I think. But it's almost as though people think he hasn't got the right to own that car because he's wealthy. Everybody's got the right to own that car. And it's not like saying, well, they're out of the hands of the enthusiast because of the monetary value. Well, why didn't you buy one then when they were 10 grand?
There's a lot of cars like that though. Like I would love a Ferrari F40, but I would never.
I put it on a post on my Facebook page late last night, because it was irritating me a little bit what I'd seen. And rather than have a go at these people personally, because it's their opinion at the end of the day, I just put my opinion on a post. These people have a right to buy whatever they want to buy. They have a right to do with it whatever they want to do with it. And people say, well, they just get locked away and they're used as investments. Well, but all the people that have got a car like this one are quite happy that there are people putting them away in collections and the values are going through the roof. What's the difference? I've got cars I don't use. Like my RS500 sat in that corner. I've had that car over 20 years.
I used to see it last time.
And I've done 10 miles in it. I'm guilty. You know, I love the car. I don't want to drive. I am considering putting it on road. As you get older, you change your ways a little bit. The value of that car, as I've told you before, is irrelevant to me.
Never sell it.
I'll never sell it. So it doesn't matter whether it's worth £1 million or 10 quid, because when I die, that car will still be sat there. The only people who'll be rubbing their hands like this is whoever gets it left in the will. But
I just thought it was interesting. I thought I have to come down, see Paul, because he is the man for 500. And I'm sure you know the car, Paul. I'm sure you know a lot about it.
I've known it for a lot of years, that car. It used to belong to a good friend of mine up in Scotland, Fraser. He had the car for many years. Again, that side of the story, he sold it because he couldn't use it, because obviously he didn't want to put miles on it and blah, blah, blah. So he sold it. It went through a very well-known car dealer of high-end cars, who I also consider a very good friend of mine, Ian Donaldson, that owned a company called Oakfields. He bought the car at one time, he sold it on. And the gentleman that's got it now, you know, I don't know what he paid for it, but he's had it quite a few years, and I think there's probably nobody more blown away by the value of that car fetched than him. I mean, I wasn't there. I wish I'd gone, to be fair.
I wish I'd gone now.
I know, because I mean, I watched it on video, and you can imagine the buzz in the room must have been amazing. But I have seen, you see clippets of his wife like screaming when it reached 250,000, and then every time it reached another 50,000 after that she was. Fair play to him. You know, there is a place for collector cars. There is a place for people who buy them just as investments. There's a million reasons to own anything, isn't there? A car, a painting, whatever it may be. But it is a fabulous car.
Oh, definitely. And even the guy that bought it might have two. He might have one to use and one to just might sit in his front room and eat his breakfast in the drive. You don't know what he does
exactly.
with it.
And that's the other thing that people forget about as well, the people who are criticising. We have no idea who that guy is. Who's to say that wasn't the only £600,000 that guy owns in the world, and he just had to have that car? I very much doubt that, but he's entitled to buy that car. He obviously has always wanted one of them cars, and he's got wherever he's got, however he's got there, he's achieved his status, and he wanted it.
A quick thing as well about the 500s. The RS500 is an evolution of the Sierra Cosworth, so there is quite a few differences, mainly the bumpers, the spoilers, and under the bonnet it's got a bigger turbo, 8 injectors. It was an evolution for racing, so there was only 500, was it 500 mil, Paul?
Exactly 500.
Exactly 500. Yeah. And how many was black?
392.
392 black ones, so it is the most common colour as well. The rarest colour being, is it the Moonstone?
Moonstone Blue 52. 56 white, and the rest were in black.
We're in black. But mate, thanks for taking your time out to let us come down talk to you about it, really.
No, you're welcome. I just hope people bear in mind what we've said and give the bloke a bit of a break who's bought it, really. He's bought a fabulous car. You know, as I said in my post, if you don't mind me just saying, I think it's congratulations to the guy who's bought it. It's obviously a car he's very passionate about and wanted it. Congratulations to the family who've sold the car. You know, they've done really, really well. And obviously, again, congratulations to Silverstone Auctions, showing that, you know, the time and effort they put in to promote a car like that has paid dividends for everybody. And it's a fabulous result. And watch this space, because I will predict there will be £1 million 500,
I think there will.
Not far away.
couple of years at least.
And then we'll
At the
be
most, sorry.
discussing this video, won't we? And saying, do you remember when one sold for 500 and 600,000 and everybody blew their mind? We shall see.
But thanks again, mate.
You're welcome.
I'll leave links to all Paul's social media below if you're interested in getting in touch for anything RS500. I'll leave links to my social media below as well. But yet again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.